got a call this afternoon, and I don't know what time it was. Then I spoke to Klay pretty shortly after, and he was driving home. And, I don't know what time it was, but it's one of those deals where you don't really know until you know, Anthony. So listen to what he said. Just kind of got our trainers involved, got them on the phone with him. They talked to him, and then started setting up a way to find out more information, really. And then I had to get back to the draft, so hard to disengage mentally from it, but we had a lot of stuff going on as far as drafts and trades, potential other things, so I couldn't really let my mind go all the way there. But now the draft's over, and we'll find out more tomorrow. The injury stuff, whether it's us or any player or any team, those are the toughest ones, I think, in the business. You can be wrong on your draft picks. You can trade for the wrong guy or pay the wrong guy. I feel bad. I never played in the NBA, obviously, wasn't good enough, but I know how much I love basketball, and I know how much Klay loves basketball. And as a person, I just want him to be able to play basketball. And he's one of the best players I've ever seen play. And that's the first thing you feel is I hope he gets to keep playing basketball. And we'll find out more tomorrow, obviously, but I'm just going to try to stay positive until we hear more.
So yesterday we got some information regarding Klay Thompson while he was playing pickup ball or in the middle of a workout with a couple of other NBA players. We found out that he sustained a very serious injury, and Bob Myers even came out and said it's one of those deals where you don't really know until you know. You can be hopeful, you can be concerned. I'll probably be all of those combined. And until we know more tomorrow, I'll just hope for good news. And, well, we got the news, and it's not the greatest news. So before we get to the content, make sure to leave a like to support the channel. Not so much because you like this injury, just mainly to support me, the content creator that's bringing you the news. Subscribe, turn on our notifications, and of course, we're going to begin launching rebuilds on a gaming channel called TheFlightMike TV. A link to that's going to be in the description down below. Now that we got that out of the way, cue the intro. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Guys, I wish I had some better news to tell you guys today, because yesterday when I saw the Golden State Warriors draft James Wiseman with the number 2 overall pick, despite seeing that LaMelo Ball was available, I was hopeful that Klay Thompson was actually going to be okay. Now, for those of you guys that don't know, Klay Thompson sustained an injury while he was working out yesterday, and we were going into the night being very unsure about whether Klay Thompson was going to be good to go today, and heck, even good to go this season. We haven't seen Klay Thompson play basketball for a good 17 months, and to be honest, I understand I'm a Laker fan. I was so excited to watch Klay Thompson and Steph Curry in this beautifully retooled Golden State Warriors take on the likes of the brand new NBA. The Los Angeles Clippers got significantly stronger. The Los Angeles Lakers are the new top team in the West. I really wanted to see who could win in a matchup between Steph and Klay and LeBron and AD. But unfortunately, according to Adrian Wojnarowski, we got some really just truly horrible news. As Adrian Wojnarowski just tweeted out a few minutes ago, saying that Golden State's Klay Thompson has suffered a season-ending Achilles tear. Now, there is some good news, at least that comes with the Achilles tear, and that's that according to Adrian Wojnarowski, based on the type of tear, Klay Thompson has been told to expect that he will make a full recovery, a source tells ESPN, which I guess is great news. I guess it's like the only good news we got in the midst of some really, really bad news. But the thing that I was wondering last night was, knowing the news that Klay Thompson may come out and have a season-ending Achilles tear, would the Warriors shift course? Maybe draft LaMelo Ball over James Wiseman because at the time James Wiseman filled the position of need for them the most, but they stayed the course and decided to draft James Wiseman as opposed to LaMelo Ball to replace Klay Thompson. But I've said this many times, from a competitive standpoint, the Golden State Warriors don't stand a chance without Klay Thompson. He is literally the engine that makes the Warriors tick, him and Steph Curry. And losing him for another year is just gut-wrenching. And that's before you even understand the mental torment that Klay Thompson must be going through, because DeMarcus Cousins literally had a very similar story, although in the reverse. He tore his Achilles tendon first, and then he tore his ACL right when he was ready to come back. And it looks like Klay Thompson is about to go through the exact same thing, and I honestly can't tell you much more, but I honestly just wish him a speedy recovery, because injuries are probably one of the worst things in all of sports. If you're a Warriors fan, I understand this could be especially hard, but even more so if you're a basketball fan, this must absolutely kill you as well, because not only are we seeing a future Hall of Famer go through back-to-back injuries, and 2 injuries that typically are considered to be absolutely career-altering, but it seemed as though right as he was ready to return, this injury hit him, and I think that just stings all the more. As you guys saw last year, it was very difficult for the Golden State Warriors to play basketball without Klay. They had a backcourt of D'Angelo Russell and Steph Curry, and that didn't really work out. They brought in Andrew Wiggins, and yeah, they started performing a little bit better, but the entire plan was just wait until we get Klay Thompson back. Once we get Klay Thompson back, everything's going to be different. We're going to be much more competitive. Going into the draft last night, Bob Myers was faced with a choice, and he even talked about how difficult the decision was in terms of who he should select at number 2 overall, given the information that he was given. Bob Myers said it was very hard to disengage mentally from it, but we had a lot of stuff going on in terms of the draft and potential trades, so I couldn't let my mind go all the way to Klay's injury. When asked about whether there was even a slight temptation to draft someone else other than James Wiseman, well, Bob Myers said that we had him number 1 on our board. Certainly the Klay thing made you think for a second, but it was a short amount of time. We decided to stay the course we always felt, but you have to take a pause and think about things for a second. Once the Warriors were able to finish, Myers had a little bit more time to think about Thompson's injury, and he even admitted in the interview that I showed you in the beginning of the video that he didn't have all the details. And Thompson isn't necessarily known to be a huge talker. All Thompson knew was he injured his right leg and he couldn't put pressure on it when he was playing pickup ball with a bunch of other NBA players. I apologize for bringing you guys such grim news. I apologize if I even seem a little scatterbrained from the news, because whenever it comes to reporting such grim things, I don't know, I just sometimes struggle to get my thoughts together. So just, if you made it to the end of the video, drop a prayer for Klay, man. A lot of negative stuff has been going on this week, and hopefully some more positive things will begin to come about as we move forward towards the NBA season. Aside from that, guys, I'm your boy, TheFlightMike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.